right, welcome everyone to the book launch celebration. I'm so excited. We've worked hard. This book has taken us several months to finally get out there on Amazon and be able to sell it. And that is amazing, just amazing. And Defy the Darkness. And some people will say, why in the world did you name it that? Well, I named it that because sometimes we do get in those dark places where we think, oh, why am I doing this? Why isn't it working? Why can't I sell more? Why don't I have more clients? You have to defy it. You have to go higher. Think outside the box if you need to. Be creative, but don't get in those dark places. Get around good people that want to cheer you on, and not just be your cheerleader, but really mean it. I really mean it when I tell Tamara I want her to go out and get 2 new clients in November. When I tell Sherry that her hair is beautiful, I want her to know it is really beautiful. Dr. LaDonna Parker helped me put the book together. She did an amazing job because I had no idea that she did. And when I tell her she did an amazing job, I want her to know I really mean it. When Alicia tells me about her 5 pillars, it's amazing. Not just the words that she uses, but how she uses it and the expression on her face when you see her talk about it. So, that's just some examples of staying in with the right people at the right time. And there's no better time than when you're thinking in the dark. So with that said, what I want to do is everyone that's here right now will receive a $5 Amazon gift card. So I will get those to you in the morning. And I want you to enjoy that $5. Put it towards something else that you want. If you would, Sherry, can you get on and help Marla? She doesn't know the link. I know we emailed them out earlier, but she just said that she didn't get the link. I knew she was supposed to be here. So everyone that's here right now gets a $5 gift card from Amazon. I'll get those over to you in the morning. And I would love to hear about how you're spending them, how you're going to spend it, when you spend it, of course, because you may save it for a gift for yourself or for the holidays, who knows. Have you thought about the holidays? Our book makes perfect gifts for someone that's in business or thinking about going into business. And there's even some personal things in there that would help someone personally, not just business. So think about that when you have your gifts. I get a sheet from my family every year. I'll tell them, if you want gifts for Christmas, Mama needs your wish list by this date. And I told them that about a month ago so I could get started. And one of them still has not given me his gift list, but I'm sure he will think about it soon. So think about when you're gift giving, go ahead and give away one of the books. There's Miss Marla. All right, so what I would like for us to do, because we need the practice, is go around the room and give us your 30-second introduction. No spelling, just your 30-second introduction. And let's start with Sherry, and then we'll go to Tamara.
All righty. Thank you so much, Sherry Leopold. I am the founder of the Wow Warrior Network, and I love helping women stand up and stand out as the unrepeatable miracle that they are, and being seen, heard, and understood for their zone of genius, whether it's through the magazine, whether it's through the writing, whether it's anything that helps you stand out and be seen. That is my passion.
That's awesome. Tamara, and then let's go to Dr. LaDonna.
Well, I'm Kimberly Patrick, and I am the owner of Pivot Coaching for Restarting You, where I help women over 50 and soldiers that are transitioning out of the military that might be hitting a wall, pivot like they're doing the cha slide, and turn and walk away in style.
That's awesome. Tamara, you get better each and every time you say that. I love it. Dr. LaDonna, and then let's go to Alicia.
Well, I'm LaDonna Parker, and I work with women who are looking to make a change. Usually, it's through journaling and creative writing because for me, that's where it starts. And I'm happy to say I have helped a few people to succeed in finding what they were looking for just through writing.
That is awesome. And some of you may know, but Dr. LaWanna is the one that got me started in journaling. And then I take my journaling and I turn it into a chapter. One day, maybe even an entire book. Who knows? Alicia, come on down.
I am Alicia Alexander, and as an organizational excellence expert, I help solopreneurs to corporate executives have better work relationships by helping them to value, appreciate, and respect their circle of influence or their staff. Alicia Alexander, Make a Difference Consulting.
Awesome. And let's go to Marla.
Hello, hello. I got my lines up.
Yay.
Took me a minute. Oh my gosh. So I know all of you, Marla Press here, and my passion is to help you speak so people listen. And I've coined the term expressive intelligence because it's more than just emotional intelligence. It's really fully expressing all the parts of your personality, all the things that you're not sure you want to say, and really putting them out there in the world so that you can make a bigger impact. And I also help with content, delivery, monetization, and everything to help you be a better, more successful speaker, entrepreneur, and leader.
That's awesome. I am LaDonna McAbee, your networking expert, and I love taking the chaos out of your office and getting you organized. I also help you learn how to connect, network, and collaborate in the right way at the right time for you and your business. So let's get a coffee chat going. Give me 30 minutes of your time, and I promise you, you will walk away with golden nuggets. Thank you. All right, so we are here for the book, and we had 18 people sign up, and here we are with 6. But you know what? Just like Dr. LaWanna said earlier, the ones that are showing up are the important ones. So if you haven't purchased your book, please go purchase the book because it will be going up in price tomorrow. Instead of $7.97, it will be $17.97. So that is a $10 savings. So I will put the link up here in just a moment for you if you don't have it already to purchase your book. Remember to purchase more than one for gifts. And, you know, sometimes when I'm out, instead of a business card, I'll give away one of my books to someone that I'm really impressed with because I want them to carry my book around, my chapter. With that said, I would like for each one of you that are authors to go ahead and I want you to read a couple of sentences, not an entire chapter, but a couple of sentences. And then hopefully Tamra will, and everyone else will have some questions or comments about what you're reading. So I want to start with Marla. Are you ready?
Do you really mean literally a couple sentences?
No, just give maybe 5 minutes.
All right, let's see.
And I'm not putting a timer on. I'm not going to cut you off, but around 5 minutes.
Yeah. And it's interesting because the style I wrote in was as if you're sitting next to me. And it's kind of, you know, like one of my favorite writers, even though as a human, he's a real piece of something. But as a writer, I always loved Woody Allen. And he was such an innovator in breaking the fourth wall. And so in his movies, nobody did this before, where he would actually talk directly to the audience. He would like break character and talk to the audience. And that's kind of the style that I wrote this in. So I'm going to just read from the beginning. Zig, zag, zig, zag, pivot, fall, get up, pivot, zig, zag, fall, get up, pivot. My success did not happen in a straight line. And I imagine that this is probably true for you too. The problem is that many people give up when the going gets rough, and they find ways to cope with the down days, and it's not always in the best way that they cope. So here are the cliff notes to the whole chapter. Number one, don't wait. Don't wait. I waited way too long to live my dreams. So don't wait. Number two is know thyself. Don't try to be somebody else. Really know who you are. And number three, with that, be thyself. Really be fully expressed. Be who you are. You are amazing. Hire a coach. We all need coaches. We all need more than one coach. Hire a coach and live your passion. So that's the cliff notes, but there's a lot more to this. And as a background, in your business as a speaker and even with friends, you can resist telling the hard stories. I tell a lot of speakers this. You resist telling the hard stories, but it can be both cathartic and liberating to share them. But this is also a trick for speakers is once you share them, make sure you've let it go so that it becomes everyone's story and not just your story that you're so emotionally attached to that it doesn't resonate with your audience as much. So many people have overcome some sort of trauma, either as a child or as an adult. It could be a breakup, a death in the family, drinking too much, or a business failure. For me, it was all of the above. It started with my parents' divorce when I was 3, being sexually abused as a little child and into my teenage years, the decision to drink too much in my 20s, choosing and staying in a respectable career for decades, but one that was way beneath my abilities. My divorce, due to my husband's substance abuse, depression, and my 2 kids acting out so much, I nearly killed them and they nearly killed me. I'm just saying it was pretty bad. Not just regular acting out teenagers, but pretty bad. And then in a period of 3 months, my house almost burned down. My mom died. And then my dad died. And what was really freaky was that my parents hadn't been together since I was 3. They lived on opposite sides of the country, and yet they died within a couple months of each other. And my house almost burned down. So we all have stuff to deal with. So there were lots of traumas, bad decisions, and failures in between, but too many to list here. So I'm not going to list them all. As I write this, I feel like I'm sitting right next to you, and I want to hear all about you. You had some trauma. You had some bad decisions and disappointment in your life too. It may be different than mine and to more or lesser degree, but I know that you feel it too, and that's okay. Through all that, I always found the good in people and the joy in parts of life. There were lots of good parts. School came very easy to me. I graduated high school early, went to college early, and studied psychology and philosophy. Yeah. Every break I had, I traveled. Mexico, Europe, South America, across the United States. Dancing and music gave me great joy, and I was constantly in musical plays and in dance companies. Creativity also saved my life. And growing up in theater, it was really helpful to be able to do choreography and write. I did a lot of writing. My life needed saving in my 20s, and I turned to something called Life Spring. A lot of people thought it was a cult. It wasn't a cult, but it was mind reprogramming in a good way. It taught me that we get into patterns for security and to make ourselves right. We'll make ourselves right at the expense of our better decisions. It gave me the experience through experiential exercises of empowerment, acceptance, trust, leadership, and love. The last piece that propelled me into the confident, successful woman I am today was studying the art of feminine presence. Now, it's just the art of presence because we have men too. There are 44 practices or experiential exercises that transform the way I live my life. Presence is often misunderstood. Most people think of it as mindfulness. Mindfulness is great. It's not thinking about the past and being in the present moment, not thinking about the future, being in the here and now, but you're still in your headspace. And presence is taking that a step further. It's full embodiment. It's getting completely into your body and out of that headspace and being so present in the moment that you are the most authentic, the most connected to other human beings in this place. And this is a great practice for speakers. So in my master classes and coaching, I take you through the experience of being in your full body and your energy. It does not come naturally to most people, and some people have to try it over and over again. Other people get it pretty quick. But I invite you to connect with me to experience it. It only takes about 10 minutes, and it can change your life. I'm going to skip to a couple things, lessons that I learned. We talked about don't wait until you think you are ready. You may never be completely ready. Don't wait till your kids are grown, till you look better, till you feel better, till your health is perfect. Don't wait till you know more, till you're highly educated. Just don't wait. Don't wait till you think you have enough money to invest. Be yourself. It is good to study successful people. NLP, which I've studied a lot, study successful people. And some of that is great. But it isn't good to try and be successful people. You have to be yourself. Know who you are. You can take several tests to assess your personality. There are lots of them out there. But it's not really the best way to know who you really are. Introspection and experiencing a lot of things will help you to know who you are. Ask yourself good questions. Be alone. Be by yourself and think. Don't try to hide what you don't like about yourself. Call it out. Say it out loud. Then you can change it if you want to. And don't show up two-dimensional. Be fully expressed with all your quirkiness, and then you'll be much more interesting. I show my speaking clients how to do this all the time. It creates relatability and it creates trust and interest. It changes everything. Invest in yourself, whether it's your self-care, your relationships, your knowledge and skills, and finances. Got to invest in your business and yourself. Follow your passion. Know what your true passion is. It isn't always the first thing you think it is. It isn't what your parents tell you it should be or your peers. It isn't necessarily what's on the surface. Get to know your passion and fully commit to it. And following your passion doesn't always bring you more joy, but you got to try to follow your passion and see, because it often brings you more joy. Create wins. What are your beliefs about wealthy people or successful people? Do you think everyone is your competition? Do you think you have to step on others to get ahead? These are just beliefs. Know your beliefs and know what serves you and what no longer serves you. And create wins. Win for you, win for your friends, win for your colleagues, wins for your audience while you create your own wins. And then celebrate. Oh my gosh, we got to celebrate those wins, even the little teeny tiny wins. You want to celebrate your wins as often as you can and really give yourself credit for all the things that you're doing well, because all of us have our strengths and our weaknesses and our good and bad decisions. What's that?
Sorry.
Is that good? I can keep going.
Let's go ahead and let someone else go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you
for letting me share.
Yes, absolutely. That was beautiful. I loved it. And when you said the win, that's what really got me. And I don't know why, but that really, it's like, okay, I'm understanding it. So very good. And when I read your chapter, when I was putting the book together, I can't wait to read it again. We did have Dr. Pat and Jeanette come in. Dr. Pat and Jeanette, would you like to go ahead and we'll start with Dr. Pat. Give us your 30-second introduction, please. And then we'll go to Jeanette.
Okay, how is everybody doing? Happy to be here. Congratulations to all of our collaborators. God bless you guys, ladies. And we all know I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, and y'all know I host virtual and in-person events that sets a platform for you to speak, promote your products and services, increase your leads so that you can get new clients. Again, I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity and Service, where people need people.
That is always so cool when you say that. That's awesome. All right, Jeanette, go ahead. Come on down.
Hello, my name is Jeanette Bastrigo, and I'm the founder of the No Grief Zone, Inspired to Healing with Jeanette, where I provide people with real life scenarios, safe space, circles, so they could talk about their grief and their loss of any loss or any grief in their life. And I'm also a social worker and a children's book author, and I'm glad to be here tonight. Thank you for having me.
That is awesome. I can't wait to get to know you better, Jeanette. At this time, I would like for everyone to go ahead and put your contact information into the chat. How do you want me to reach you, Dr. LaWanna? How am I going to reach Jeanette? I don't know how to reach her. I want to know that information. Don't make me dig, because if I have to dig, I just won't do it. You know, I'm be honest with you. I just won't. All right, so let's go ahead and go to Dr. LaWanna. About 5 minutes. Give us a little bit about your chapter. Don't give us too much, because we don't want to give the chapter away, but about 5 minutes. Oh, you're muted, my friend. I know that mute button needs to be big red, like a clown nose.
Yes. At any rate, my story really is about my mom. It's a little about me, but it's more about my mom and what she accomplished. And mamas had a major impact on my life, and some that altered it completely. I suffered the worst loss for any parent. My firstborn died at age 23. An encounter with a police officer showed me a different choice. I moved to another state, and I learned I could make it independently and care for my sons. I took risks, experienced success, and I felt failure. But the focus of this story is not on me. I've chosen to tell you instead of my mother and the strength she found within herself, with God's help, to rise above when my father left us for another family, and how that influenced my life. My father brought us to California from Texas in 1956. He dropped us off at the home of my mother's sister. He said he was going to San Diego to pick up his things and would return in a day or two. It was 2 years before we saw him again. "What are you going to do?" asked my Aunt Bossy. "I know I need to think to work, but I have no skills." My mother practically choked out the words. One look at my mother's face, and even I could see the world's weight upon her. How would she feed and clothe her children? Aunt Bossy sadly told my mother, "Irma, I would let you stay here, but with only one bedroom and 5 children, it wouldn't work. I wouldn't do that to you, even if you had the room. You would soon tire of us, and I don't want to lose my sister. Give me a few days to think of what I can do." The first of God's blessings showed up 3 days later. I had a vague memory of Uncle Jesse visiting us in Texas. He showed up at our Fosse's house. He was tall, about 6 feet or more, and wore overalls and a cap, his signature dress. It was rare to see him in anything except when he attended church or some other special occasion. "Irma, I just found out you and the kids were here, or I would have been here sooner," he began. "Hello, Jesse. Good to see you. What are you doing here?" My mother questioned, more than a little surprised to see him. He was my dad's uncle, and she was embarrassed about my dad leaving us. Jesse called and told me what he had done. I told him what I thought of a man who would desert his family, so far from her home, with no one to help her. "I'm sure he wasn't happy about that," my mom replied. "I don't care. I found a place you can move into. It's not much. It has some old furniture left by the previous renters, which you can use, but the rent is cheap. It should work for you and the kids. And Lena has offered to help you with the kids. If it isn't free, it's still too much, my mother said to Uncle Jesse with a weak smile. He brought her to tears when he committed that he and his wife, Lena, would do whatever they could to help. She thanked Uncle Jesse for his help. The next day he came early and took us to the house that would be our home for the following year. The most important lesson I learned in that first year was to stand up to defend myself, or I would always be running away. The day I stood up to Brenda, the neighborhood bully, was when I learned to feel the fear, but faced it anyway. It didn't matter if I won or lost, and I don't remember who came out on top. My mother had wanted me to face my fear and threatened much worse if I ran away again. I was scared, but I faced her, and regardless of who won the fight, I had no more problems with Brenda after that. Want me to stop there?
Perfect. Perfect, Dr. LaDonna. I just want everyone to get just a little bit of taste of what's inside that book so that when you sit down and start reading it, you're ready. You are fired up and you are ready. Let's go to Alicia. Alicia, come on down. Read a little bit out of your book, about 5 minutes.
Thank you for the privilege. So exciting to be here this evening. Okay, so my chapter is the 5 pillars of organizational excellence in a modern work culture. This is both basically a corporate setting chapter, and the 5 pillars of organizational excellence in a modern work culture is a reference guide on creating a sustainable, award-winning work culture for the staff of any size workplace. So from solopreneur to corporate executive, this book is for you. The number of employees a company has in a workplace is not the issue. The issue lies in the perspective of the company's leadership and the team at the helm of the company. Leadership has a great influence on the stability of an organization than individual employees. While organizational excellence applies to companies with employees, solopreneurs have circles of influence in doing business that require excellence from the company's leadership. Hence, perspectives are the critical attributes of conducting business with organizational excellence. Thank you.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Alicia. Does anyone have any questions or comments at this time before we go to Sherry? Anyone? All right, Sherry.
I want to say really quick, Dr. LaDonna, I just love how you use so much dialogue. That was really good.
Thank you, Marla.
Thank you for that. The story is about how my mother survived with us and raised us all to adulthood without any of us landing in jail.
That's awesome. It's awesome. All right, Sherry, come on down. Tell us about your story.
Thank you.
Your chapter.
It's fascinating. This is the comment that I was actually going to say, because I was going to raise my hand, is that I always think it's fascinating when, and this always happens, and maybe it's you, LaDonna, when you give out a topic or you give an example of to write about, that everyone comes with such their own flavor, and it's so different from story to story. And it's something that's always really fun to see what will be brought to the table. So I just want to express a little appreciation for that, and believe that comes from you, LaDonna. So thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity. When you asked me about this project, and thinking about the empowered entrepreneur, I really took a little, I guess, maybe just a pause to kind of look at, the journey that I personally have taken through entrepreneurship as well. And a big part of this for me came from with the Wow Warrior platform. Really came way before that with my own mother. And I say and read a little bit. When I launched the Wow Warrior, I had no idea the movement that it would become, because what started as a really simple message to help women see their worth turned into a global platform with books, a magazine, a TV show, and coaching. But it did not happen overnight, but it did happen because I believed in the mission. But I invested in myself. I showed up when it was hard, and I reminded myself daily that the world needs what I have to offer. And when my mother was younger, she needed this platform that I have created. It didn't exist. And she needed to see other women, powerful women like you see on this screen right here, living their own lives powerfully. She needed other wow warriors, woman of worth warriors, to show her she could stand up and stand out unapologetically. And she would have benefited from having role models such as you beautiful women on this screen, and also learning how to create a supportive network that would have called her on her own self-bullying. The same truth applies to you. Uh, because I like to pair this in with your business, because your business is an extension of the belief in yourself. And if you want to elevate your impact, you must first elevate your mindset. The way you see yourself directly affects how you serve others. And when you don't understand your own value, it seeps into your interactions with your clients. You might hesitate to speak confidently about your offers. You might over-deliver to try to prove your worth, or discount your services out of guilt or fear. But it doesn't stop there. The lack of confidence often shows up on your bottom line. If you subconsciously believe you're not worthy of success, you find ways to sabotage it. Avoiding visibility, missing opportunities, undercharging, working with misaligned clients. You might stay busy, but not profitable. And your income becomes a reflection not of your potential, but of your perception. And I'll leave it at that. And that is, we've heard so much, and you see the beautiful different ways that people are coming at the same topic, right? And I think it's just such a beautiful reflection of the incredible people that are inside this book, but also the incredible people that it attracts as readers. So thank you so much, LaDonna, for the opportunity. You're on Big Red
Button. We need a big red button. I'm not going to read anything out of my chapter, but I do want to talk about my chapter just for a minute. When I put it together, I wanted it to be something that business owners could pick up and utilize every day to either self-motivate, motivate themselves, or motivate their business, and kind of walk them through maybe some things, give them some of those golden nuggets that we may be looking for to make us motivated, to help us get to that next signal, that next green light, the next yellow light, because we all have the yellow lights, we all have the red lights, but we're always looking for that next green. Is it okay to turn right or go straight? Do I need to back up a minute? And it's okay if we have to back up for a minute. Life is lifey. I'm telling you right now, I live it. Life is lifey. No matter how perfect you think your life will be, it's lifey. It throws those curveballs at you, and you just have that mindset to get up and keep going. Also, with my chapter, I put 2 different workbooks in the book as well, so that you could go ahead and start strategizing what you need to strategize for your business. And I just know that everyone that touches this book is going to learn something. They're going to know something a little bit more, or know something for the first time, and just strive. That's what I wanted. So I'm really excited for the book. So now I ask you ladies, go out there and help get this book in more hands. That they will not dread paying a little bit of money for a book and then reading it. Does anyone have any questions right now before we go on? We're going to wrap it up here in just a few minutes. I want to go around the room and just tell me one thing that you have coming up in the near future. Maybe it's an event, maybe it's a book signing, maybe you're speaking somewhere. but just one thing. What's coming up next for you? And I want to start with Marla, and then we'll go to Alicia.
Yeah, the very next thing I have coming up is November 17th. What's today? The 4th. November 17th, I'm having a free masterclass. I can put that link in the chat. My master classes are always very experiential and lots of different exercises, some laser coaching, and a lot of fun. So would love to have you join.
Oh, yes, that's awesome. Yes, please go ahead and put that in the chat. If you have not been to any of Marla's classes or training, you are missing out, because she goes up and above what you think you're getting when you go. I mean, from breathing in and breathing out and touching your feet to the ground and feeling the roots to, learning how to speak better. I mean, she really takes you through the steps. Alicia.
Thank you, LaDonna.
You're welcome. What do you have coming up, Alicia?
There's two events that I'm either planning or involved in. The first one is the Maxim CoverGirl model competition, and the link is on my profile in the chats to vote for me. The second one is the November table, where I invite a speaker to come in and talk about work conditions and having organizational excellence in work conditions. And it's on Zoom.
Awesome. All right. Awesome. Jeanette, do you have something coming up in the near future?
Yes, I have a workshop that I will be facilitating, the grief and gratitude workshop with my local library here in Miami-Dade County for some residents. So that will be in the middle of this month on the 25th.
Now, will that be, this is an in-person event that you're talking about, correct?
Yes, this is in person, and unfortunately, I can't have social media in the library. So
okay.
I'll keep you, I can say it again. I'm sorry.
Are you recording it or having it recorded?
Yes, I'm going to ask if they will allow me to record it, and then I'll keep you ladies posted.
That'll be awesome. Yes, we will love that. Tamara, what do you have coming up in the near future, my friend?
Well, I just started a new Zoom, I'm going to start a new program on school. And I don't know if y'all know what school is or not, but I have started a community on there, and I am getting ready to build my community on there so that my Phoenix Rising movement moves forward. I don't want my Phoenix Rising, I don't want it to be just a Facebook page. I don't want it to be just a program. I want it to be a movement. I want people to know that they can move. Or they can rise, and that rising is not an option. It's what we do. So that's where I'm at right now. And that's where my next thing is going to be.
And I'm excited to hear more about that and be a part of that, Tamara. So thank you for letting us know. Sherry, what do you have coming up in the near future?
Thank you, LaDonna. I actually have a virtual training called the Business Roundtable, and it's actually it's extended a previous class that I did in person. I'm actually doing it virtually for the first, but I'm actually putting together a separate class that I did previously called Who Am I? So I'm kind of melding that one together with the Business Roundtable, because the Business Roundtable really focuses on being more visible, different ways to do that with collaborations, all kinds of things. There's multiple different topics. There's actually 5 different sections or 5 different meeting times. And then the 6th one will be a bonus one that we're on at the end. I did adjust the time frame because I, unfortunately, for one of the companies I work with, kind of put something onto my plate that I have to do. So I had to adjust the time. So I actually just decided while we are here right now that the start date will be December 2nd. And so it'll be 3 weeks in December, and then we'll pick back up in January, because that's where people have that renewed sense of, let's crush it. And like, why not? The things that we're doing in the last few classes are things that are really about getting out there with your business. And it's a collaborative effort. all the people in the business roundtable are business owners, and they're all working on their own business at the table, but they have feedback from all the other people at the table. So it's not just me kind of trying to tell you how to do business. It's learning from one another. It's saying, here, does this resonate with you more, or does this resonate with you more? So it's a really, really fun group. We had so many when we did it last time, and I'm like, I can't wait to get started again. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
I can't wait to be a part of that. And, when you're around successful women, you become more successful. Your mindset is more successful. You go out and you do more successful things because they're setting you up to be successful. And you've got that fever, that fire is in your tummy and you just want to go do it. So thank you, Sherry, for that. Dr. Pat, what do you have coming up in the near future, my friend?
Well, as you well know, everybody knows we just had our conference, so I'm still trying to breathe. I'm still trying to recover. So I don't have anything coming up these next 3 months, except the fact that I am traveling, going to visit some of those speakers who are having events in their city. And that's the way I'm going to end the year. And a couple of engagements. I'll be speaking at on the 15th. You all are not in Atlanta, but I've been kind of spreading that for people who are in the Georgia area. They're having a veterans ball in Jackson, Atlanta. But other than that, I'll be.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Just been
Dr.
kind of sharing
LaDonna,
it.
how about you? Come on down, unmute, please. Big red button. I'm telling you, we need a big red button. Dr. LaDonna, are you having trouble with your mute button?
No, I didn't realize you called on me. I apologize. I was busy reading these notes over here. Well, what I have coming up is a end of the year virtual retreat, which I've scheduled for December the 6th. I just started putting the information together, so I don't have a link right now, but I will have it by the end of the night that I will send out and let people know about it. It's kind of a celebration of everything that we've done and accomplished over this past 12 months. Set up what we want to do for the coming 12 months.
That's what we strive for, right? The fourth quarter, finishing up strong and starting out the first quarter even stronger. And, that November and December is filled with things like that. So what I have coming up, and I hope that each and every one of you can join me, is that here in Texas, I have rented a house for ladies and men to come to, and we are going to have a retreat. And I'm going to put it here, the Mindset and Mastery Retreat. And we will spend those days really focusing us and our business. And of course, there'll only be about 15 people that will be able to stay with us because the house is limited to the sleeping arrangements. The cost is right at $9.97, but that includes all your meals, snacks, drinks, sleeping arrangements, and your training. So it's going to be very excited, and you're going to learn so much. I've been working on this for the last 3 months, getting it together so that it's smooth. You want to be here. And it's, you got to do it Texas style. So we've got to do it in the country on 10 acres in 2 big houses and, have our food catered in and just really taking care of us. So with that said, I put that in the chat with the link, and Boo Boo is in the background. I'm sorry. She does that sometimes. And go ahead and click the link and check it out, and then get with me and we'll get you put on the books for March the 3rd through the 6th. And $100 deposit, hold your spot.
The scenery is beautiful. I love the rooms. Look gorgeous.
And that is the rooms, that is the pond. That will be where we are spending that few days, and it's going to be great. So I hope all of you can join me. Drive in. I know when I talked to Tamara about it a couple of months ago, she said, just drive in, fly, just get here and then relax for a few days and learn a whole lot, and while taking care of us. You know, sometimes we go to all these retreats and we're rushing, rush, here to there, to here, to there. Well, we're staying all in one place. We're not getting off of that 10 acres. So once you get here, it's relax, learn, and really figure out who everyone is around you. All positive people. So, all right, with that said, thank you so much. Please go out. I'm going to put a snapshot now in the chat. Forgot to do that. Go out and tell everyone what you've been doing. Give them the link to purchase the book. We want to get this book in everyone's hands so that they have it. Now I just have to find it. This means I need to take time and clean up my screenshots. All right, it did not take, so I'm sorry. Well, go on anyway and tell everyone about your night. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening, and I will see you guys next time.